Okay, so this is one that a lot of you guys are missing. Let's take a look at it. First thing we want to do is get the dx with the x and the y squared here with the dy. So let's just kind of do that. I would multiply both sides by dx, canceling that out. And so then that would give me dy equals 2y squared negative over x squared with the dx over here. So what I could do now is I could divide both sides by y squared. And so that would cancel out these y squareds. So then I would really have, let's rewrite this. Basically I'd have y to the negative 2 dy equals negative 2 x to the negative 2 dx. All right. So I notice I left the negative 2 there. I could have divided both sides by negative 2 or by positive 2. It doesn't really matter. I just like to keep the y side as simple as possible, and then I'll address that when I get over here. So let's go ahead now, and we can take the integral of both sides, right? If I take the integral of y to the negative 2, add 1 to the exponent, I get y to the negative 1, divide by the new exponent, it's dividing by negative 1, same thing as multiplying by negative 1, equals, okay, this becomes x to the negative 1. I already have a negative 2 out here, I'm going to divide by negative 1, and then obviously I'm going to have some plus c. So what is this really? This is like saying negative 1 over y equals positive 2 over x plus c. So this is a little bit funky on how you would have to deal with this, because this constant over here is not quite that simple. Your temptation might be, okay, I could just flip everything, and you kind of can, and you get negative y equals x over 2, but you wouldn't just get a new c. Here's what would have to happen if you think about this. You'd have to get common denominators. Right now it's over 1. So you'd have to times this by x over x to get common denominators. And so that would become 2 plus cx over x. So when you flip this, now you have 2 plus some cx here. All right, now we're going to multiply everything by a negative 1. And when you do that, now you would have positive y equals a negative x over 2 plus cx. And as you look at your answer choices, this is the only one that looks anything like it. And really, you could just as easily put the x on the negative, or on the bottom, the negative, I mean on the bottom. So that'd become negative 2. And if you were to distribute it, I mean, this is what's kind of funky about this. Yeah, it's negative 2 minus cx, but it's what's so kind of funky about calculus is that you don't really know what c is anyway. So c could have already been negative. It doesn't really matter. And since it's an unknown, it's just as much could be a positive cx there. And so that's why a is our answer here, x over negative 2 plus cx. Would have changed a little bit if I would have like maybe moved where the negative was. There's a whole bunch of different things I could have done, but basically just wanted to show you why that answer is the way it is. And I think the number one mistake that you guys are making is right here. You're flipping it and you're just assuming, oh, that's just a new c, and it's not. You'd have to get common denominators in order to flip it. So, all right, see you guys on the next one.